I have a short presentation as well as a demo. Yeah, I will work it out, no problem. And browser, can you put the hotspot enablement? Just a second. I'll get started. Just a second. So, DKNB, right? Yeah, got it. Got it, it's connected. Yeah, thank you very much. Can you flip? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, maybe we are having certain screen issue, so yeah, could you? All right, thank you. Very good morning, folks. So how's the day today? I would expect something louder. Be proactive. Yes? Good, that's the spirit. And it's a real honor and privilege today to introduce this platform to this august audience. It is really transformational, as you will see in next 20 years, 30 years, how healthcare 1.0 to 2.0 has shifted. I mean, no exaggeration, because today you know all kinds of problems what are there in the reactive care. So for that matter, even the reactive care, what does it suggest? Until you are sick, don't take care of your health. And then you have no choice but compelled to work on it, to fix it. It's more like a band-aid fix. And then problem gets worse, it gets to the surgical procedures. Now, today technology has matured where it lays down the choice for you to proactively manage your health. So that said, how it could be done, I'll speak of the technology aspect a little later, but to put the business context for you, it's very simple. In a country like India with 1.3 billion people, what do you think will be the healthcare cost? Can anybody guess? Any raise of hands? What is the cost of healthcare bill for India? Any guess? Pardon? Yeah, I did tell you, but I'll tell the crowd, okay? So, thank you, a smart cookie. I like this young entrepreneur. So, anybody, any takers? So, right now it is hovering about 282 billion, and very soon it could hit to 500 billion too. And with the oil exchequer drain that already happening, can you afford a healthcare bill of $500 billion annually for this country? Absolutely not. One of the CEOs, he is also working in the artificial intelligence area, this gentleman has said. This is absolute truth. That said, what are we going to do about it? Obviously, technology is a cure-all. Modi ji often keeps telling technology, innovation, adapt करना है. हमने तो करके दिखाया है. that's what you will see in proactive and inventive X platforms today. So let's move on, guys. In the interest of time, I will keep it brief. So the transformation is beginning now from the reactive towards the proactive healthcare. So what does this mean? If the doctors have defined here are the 18 vitals or the 32 vitals, or for a pregnant woman, here are the 7 vitals that need to be taken care during the pregnancy, we said let's go for it and resolve these problems and monitor it. And we were successful, and as we go forward in the ensuing weeks, we'll work with the entire partners. So that said, when we brought out this, I won't say as concept, but the proactive healthcare, the doctors in Hyderabad, I would like to give them a stupendous applause. They have simultaneously taken it a bit, and we have got 100 plus hospitals and clinics already with us just within 8 weeks. This is outstanding effort. It's not towards my team, but the collaboration zeal with which we are pursuing it. It's like collaboration, we are bringing it as the mantra, because no one person can give or manage the health of 1 billion people. So we call it Samishti Krushi, right? So it needs to be a combined effort, and that's where we had the collaboration partners in terms of the hospitals, nursing homes and clinics, wellness clinics as well, and how to meet the supply demand, I'll show you in the ensuing screens. So as you see, now the delivery platform is supporting across all the constituents out here, and our core objective was to prevent any sickness, so thereby give you consistent health. Arogyame Mahabhagyam annaru, adi ninadanike ayipoyindi. Roju em chestunnaru? What are you doing every day? So through technology, now there is a solid enabler which can guide you through what you eat, how you exercise based on your lifestyle. So today everyone has a rich lifestyle, right? Most of it. Gone are those days where you walk for 4 kilometers or 10 kilometers. So even for a kilometer you take your bike, sports bike I mean, or a car. So given that, what is the lifestyle and how do we adapt it to changing needs in terms of your taking care of the health, in terms of wellness, your exercise, your diet, your nutrition, all the aspects. For example, as part of the digital tools that we are providing on the Proactive Wellness Living portal, now the doctors can see all the nutraceutical innovations in the world. If there are 92,000 innovations, they can see everything right today. And the second aspect, now you have the nutraceutical products in the market. How many are there? There are 60,200 products. Now the doctors have the access to all these tools. The dietitians can give better care rather than saying, oh, here is veg guy or non-veg guy, let's give this. They come with that templated model. Come on guys, if the guy is recovering from the post cardiothoracic surgery, the guys need different types of, the food, the nutrition, the nurturement for the recuperation in the last 8 to 12 weeks. And every doctor knows much more than me. But what are we doing? Why are we not giving? These are the compelling questions we had in mind. And as a young guy, since I have seen many people out in the ICUs also, I had very deep insights what to do and how to do. And anyway, now we got the technology, and moving forward, how to give the personalized wellness was another deep-rooted aspect. Let's move on. So now we are bringing in 45 wellness programs. In this city, I have seen there were about 4 wellness programs. Now you give 45 programs plus combined with, the choices of combinations that you can have several hundreds of choices. Why is this important? If you give hundreds of choices to the customer, it's very easy for them to sign up and say, let me try this out. So that's how you get them hooked up, I would say, and get them onto their wellness program. Start with a very low-hanging thing, 1 or 2 items, get started, and then you have the entire ammunition to fire. And once they bite the bullet, as we call it, and then it becomes very proactive from there on. So far with me, guys? Yep? Okay. So as you see on the consumer side, who are all there, it's not just patients, we call it consumers because patients are the guys who are sick or some of the acute guys need to be taken care. But consumers are more in the wellness segment, in the nutrition segment based on their lifestyle that they can adopt. And out, as you can see here, the supply demand, how we have met this curve. Now today, I think earlier when Dr. Venugopalachari was speaking also, he said we got 2 medical colleges, Siddipet and other places. But the bane of today's system is we have 600,000 professionals as we understand. But there is an equal need of 600,000 more. So how do we clone them? How do we get it? So perhaps now the technology is answer where that can relieve the burden and the stress what most of the doctors are going through. Show of hands, how many of you feel that there is stress at your work? Docs? There you go. I could see a certain raise of hands which shows what they are going through. And technology is an enabling tool for them. It's no competitive threat. In the US, for example, 80% of the doctor's functions is now technology. You have even surgical robots where one doctor sits at the computer and rest is done by the robots. So that is transformational. So moving through further, as you can see, we have deployed a whole range of services. Now this 10-15 minutes window is too short for me to showcase everything, but I am just giving you a helicopter overview. So the remote patient care management is the choice. So now the IoT devices combined, that is just like your watch that you are wearing, now that tracks all your vitals and then through your smartphone, it gets to the proactive cloud. And that's where we start monitoring. The first use case I would like to mention is, as you are monitoring, say your cardiac pulse rate goes to 153 and the doctors have flagged it, it's a red. So now, obviously, it will send a alert, SMS alert notification to the consumer saying, hey, there is some issue, blah, 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 and the information goes through. Now, on the other side, even the doctor would call the consumer and say, hey, here is the situation as you have seen it, and appropriate either level 1 medication immediately to give some relief, or next to do the telehealth, telemedicine solutions. In India, it is picking up. So there are 4 or 5 companies that have come through this, but there's still a long way to catch up in this game. And definitely that's an option for the rural healthcare too. And moving forward, then if still it's a serious situation, the ambulance also will be sent. And that's where our collaboration and partnership with the hospitals come, where we provide the referrals and straight into the hospital. What hospital can do, since the vital parameters already checked, you can relieve of the stress of again putting this patient potentially in 2-3 hours for the diagnostics. Don't waste the time, but get to the cure to bring them up to speed. For example, if someone had a cardiac issue, so you know the muscle fibers don't last for too long, and the more you delay, definitely the recuperation will be so difficult. Maybe 70% efficiency is best when they recover too. So to avoid that and say within 20 minutes how to give the response, this is the technology and the platform that enables this. So, are they with me? Yep, thank you. So that's where the remote patient care management comes about very handy. So this watch, what you are wearing, so the hospital need not put any other wristband too. They can just use the same watch and continue the line of feed. We have the choices to integrate with the HMS as well. Offline, I can give you the examples what and how we have done, but we have compelling end-to-end automation. So gone are those days wherein now hospitals are so possessive and keep the data of the patient and say, give them a hard copy and say, deal with it. Now on the other side, now you have the perpetual digital data records through this approach, where you have the entire case history of the patient, including the diagnostics information. So it's just like your Yahoo or Gmail, you log in and you see your emails. Now you can have your reporting history just like that, so easily accessible as long you have an internet and you have a smartphone with you. That's it, anywhere on the planet Earth so far, right? So these are the aspects. And of course, behind the scene, a lot of other analytics insights could be provided. Now, as you can see here, what we can do, I'm speeding up in the interest of time so that others get the due attention too. So we have the continuous 24/7 monitoring. This is not necessary for every user, but we have laid the choice based on the acute care what a patient or potential patient needs. That's all. And the HIPAA compliance, just like the US standards we have brought in. Now there is a data privacy issue. There is a misnomer that everything in internet is up for grabs. Certainly not. The data belongs to you. You meaning the proactive user or the patient. They are the absolute owners, and we want to make it accountable that way. That's why we have given simple user ID, password and a URL. You go in and you log in and you have your data always with you. Right? And then you can go to the doctor and open it up and show it to him right on your mobile or iPad. That's one option. Or you can give them the access being your family care doctor, etc., your PCP as we call primary care physicians. So let's move out. Now here is the entire process, subscription enablement to monitoring real time and then track and engage, and more importantly, though the alerts go for the consumer, it's the intervention, the timely intervention. So as I understand, there were 1.2 million silent deaths related to heart in India. I don't know, I didn't verify the antecedents, but the report, certainly I understand that. Now this is a befitting, perfect answer for such needs. So moving through, remote patient care management, what does this encompass? The diagnostics. Now I would like to share an experience. మీరు అందరూ డయాగ్నోస్టిక్ సెంటర్స్కి వెళ్ళి ఉంటారు. యూ గివ్ ది శాంపుల్ బిఫోర్ ఆర్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఫాస్టింగ్ అండ్ 2 hours after eating food, whatever, right? Different procedures. So the lipid count test to all kinds of tests that you do that are prescribed. Now it takes 6-7 hours. I have gone through this pain myself, right? And to relieve of that, now these devices once you wear, so even the ECG, EKG capabilities are there. It's performed within 3 minutes, and then the values go up in the cloud, and even if any anomaly is there, the doctor is going to call you. So don't you think this is revolutionary and increasing the comfort for you? I want a strong yes. Now will you tell the other folks how easy to deal with? Rather than 6 hours, we seek permission, we go out, we drive them out, again evening we go back, collect the report. So now you see the technology, it is your doorstep, at a click of a button. Now you can get these things through, right sitting in your sofa in your own home. Don't you think this is the technology and the empowerment and the way to go for the Indians? That's the reason I brought here. And of course, the need also is dire here. That's the second reason why we launched to this place to introduce it globally. Thank you. So moving further, yeah, sorry, that's on, I had a couple of more aspects to show you. So now in the empowerment, the chronic patients are there. So they can be sticking up with their healthcare providers, the hospitals, and we have the seamless integration capability there. This is more for the hospitals that we are, what do you say, only the collaboration partners, but in no way whatsoever anything on the competing. Hospitals, India needs it, and more of them are needed. So more hospitals should come up in the rural health versus urban health divide. So today, if you see another sensitive point I would like to mention is this 22% of urban is having now as much as 72% of the attention. So in terms of the infrastructure. Now to flip other way around, what happened to the rural health? Then likewise, what is happening to the community health? Now we have targeted all 3 aspects. So the proactive health takes care of the urban health, the rural health, as well as, guess what, community health. This is also needed. So the question is, oh, Indialo chala pedavallu unnaru, em chestaru? Boss, Indialo pedavallu em leru, idi misnomer. It's a self-pity that we do. There's nothing like, what do you say, a typical poorness. And even in poorness, have you stopped eating? Don't you need health? This is basic necessity for one and all. From child to grandfather, this is the basic need. And certainly infrastructure is not there. If you look out in the, primary healthcare centers, 2,72,000 people are needed, which don't have anything. Even the existing one does not have a good doctor combined with the nurse and trained technicians, etc. You have maybe one resource there. So given that, this is a cure-all choice. Don't you agree with that? Can you take this message to others, please? Yep, thank you. I'm no way marketing, but I'm just trying to give the awareness, that's all. Because Jana Chaitanyam Ravali, Jana Jagrutam Kuda Kavali, Idi inta suluga chesukovachanu. Paddhathulu anni unnai. Sorry, I'm switching in partially to Telugu also to make it comfortable for some of the audience who can't get in English per se. So, as you can see, here are the digital tools that would be monitoring all the healthcare, doing the basic healthcare assessment, right from BP monitoring towards the coagulation testing. That means, raktam enta tondarga clot avutundi. Aa test kuda cheyali. Even procedures chesi mundu doctorlaki aa data chala avasaram kada. So, even those things can, through the biosensors, we can do it so easily. And the one key aspect is the perpetual digital healthcare record. America lo EHR, EMR, these are the standard records, at least conceptually, that exist. I asked Dr. Shiva, give me your EMR or EHR. He will stare at my face. What the heck this guy is asking? Where do I get it? Because I don't have access myself. So I feel this is a very strong misnomer. Do you agree or not? I have asked, come on, give me your data, and the guy is clueless. Why the heck you are asking me? Now look at this pity. Now fast forward comes from Sunday tomorrow onwards. As you are putting your data, you have the perpetual data record. And I have given your Yahoo or Gmail as the analogy, how easily you can take this thing through globally, right? You own the data and you can track your data and you can just share with anybody you feel like. And on the nutrition side, we have brought the entire nutritional intelligence. As you can see from the dietary, it's on this side. So from the dietary supplements to the functional beverages, the vitamins, as you can see, your amino acids, the omega-3 fatty acids. We have a complete training course on that, on the advances of those fatty acids and how it helps you, nurture your body in a, positive way. And of course, the herbs, botanicals, prebiotics, all the functional foods. And then the sports medicine also, we have sports nutrition especially, we have super specialization. We have brought epigenetics and anti-aging therapy training courses as well. This is state of the art and many of our guys can take it through. So in the interest of time, I'll just speed up a little bit. As you can see, this integrative medicine is just not about nutrition, but even taking your dietary supplements, but your yoga, meditation, your acupuncture, massaging, and then of course the reactive pharmaceuticals, all inclusive. So in a couple of minutes I would wrap through. Now these are all the different types of wellnesses that we are going through. It's just not one single program, but whole slew of programs geared towards primarily multiple target audience in the supply-demand curve. As you can see, the training programs are for the consumers. You will see a lot of educational courses on this, and then for the healthcare professionals as well, and clinical practitioners, as well as medical, nursing, and the healthcare students as well. So, and today we have the good fortune of some of the head of the departments and dean of the medical sciences and colleges here, and under they are now potentially part of our medical advisory boards, and they can guide the students very well what to pick up. And these are the modern day tools, gadgets that we need. Don't you guys agree with that? Yep. So in next 30 seconds, I'm going to, these are different wellness programs that we are going out in the market. So I will not take it through. So in the interest of time, I would like to switch gears and show you at least one of the proactive portals. This is InventiveX application platform where you can, I would say no. Raugaru, is the internet enabled? Just check on the hotspot. Yeah, sure. Okay. So maybe it's a little slow. I think it's coming up. So I see detecting, reducing decay. So there you go. So now we have this. Sorry. Yep. So let me slog it down. So this InventiveX publication platform brings all the technology and the awareness. So today the technology is changing fast. Do you agree? Yes. That said, how do I have the insight what is happening either in Sweden or in US or in Tokyo or in China? So now you have the technology here right in front of you. And then here are some of those things. So Amazon, how many of you know Amazon? Almost everybody, right? Now Amazon is foraying into healthcare. Good business? Yeah, there you go. So now, how about creating the awareness, what is happening, right? So this is basically geared towards that. And here it is showing cups and polymer nanoparticles ability to locate and treat breast cancers. How many of you know, right? So this is why we have put this platform to spread that awareness. So this is hardly coming for the students about $10 a year. And for the other professionals about $20. That's it. Peanut price just to upkeep our infrastructure, that's all. But the wealth of information, what you see, this gives you a testimony. Anyway, in the interest of time, I'll keep it for next 30 seconds and take it through. So what's happening in the artificial intelligence landscape, what Google is doing, for example, and likewise the other articles as you can see here, it's moving through a little fast. But right from the nanotechnologies, how they are used in the oncology space, you have a perspective, as well as in the life sciences overall, as you can see, how the corneal wounds are treated and how new innovations have come up to treat that. So basically for the docs and the wellness professional, it's needless to say what valuable information is coming through, what are the innovations that they can adopt and increase their business services and deliver it to the customers. Do you agree with that? Yep, thank you very much. And I would like, in the interest of time, ask Shri Paniji to come back at the dais and take out the podium.